Hey everyone, you know cricket, right? The game that millions of us love to watch, especially here in places like Mumbai. Well, it started out super simple a long time ago, and it's a bit mysterious. Lots of smart people think it began in England way back, maybe even in the 1200s. They think kids in the countryside, where they raised a lot of sheep, started playing a basic game. They'd use a clump of wool for a ball and a shepherd's stick or something else from the farm as a bat. And what were they aiming for? Maybe a tree stump or a gate to a sheep pen? These first games were really basic, not like the big matches we see today, but they had the main idea: hitting a ball and throwing a ball. That's the heart of cricket, isn't it? As time went on, this simple game started to change. It wasn't just for kids anymore. Grown-ups, especially farmers and workers, started playing too. The stuff they played with also changed slowly. The first bats looked more like hockey sticks, all curved at the end. That's because they used to bowl the ball under their arm. And the balls, still pretty simple, often made by the players themselves. Back then, there were no official rule books. People just played by local rules that everyone understood. This meant the game was a bit different from village to village, which made games between villages extra exciting. Then in the 1600s, cricket started to get more organised. That's when we first hear about adults playing big matches. And rich people even started putting money on games and supporting teams. There was this club called the Hambledon Club, started in the 1760s. They were super important. They didn't just play, they talked about the rules, made them better and wrote them down. They helped make the game the same for everyone, setting up the rules we still kind of use today. They really helped shape cricket. Gap to S, and the name cricket, it's pretty interesting where that came from. Some say it's from an old English word, cricy, meaning a staff or a crutch, like the shape of early bats. Others think it's from a Flemish word, crick, meaning a stick, or maybe even a French word, criquet, which meant a type of bat or a post. We don't know for sure where the name came from, but it's fun to guess, right? What we do know is that cricket now means a game of skill, smart thinking, and a special spirit that people all over the world love. The world of cricket is full of cool facts and numbers that you might not know, making its history even more amazing. For example, did you know the longest cricket match ever was a timeless test? It was South Africa versus England in 1939. It went on for an incredible 10 days of actual play, spread over 12 days. And then they had to call it a draw because the English team had to catch their ship home. Can you imagine how tough that was for the players? They weren't as fit as players today, and travel was much harder. They must have really loved the game. Besides super long matches, cricket also had some weird rules back in the day that they've changed now, like bowlers used to throw the ball underarm. It took a long time and lots of arguments before they started bowling round arm and then overarm like they do today. There was even a time when a batter could be out if a fan caught the ball, as long as the fan didn't step over the boundary line. Rules like these show how the game has grown up and changed to the smart rules we have today. Every change probably caused big discussions between people who liked the old ways and people who wanted new things. Even the cricket grounds have some funny stories. The famous Oval Cricket Ground in London. It's called that because it used to be a garden shaped like an oval. Another fun fact is about bat sizes. Until 1771, there were no rules about how wide a bat could be. So, one time, a batter supposedly came out with a bat as wide as the wickets. That made them quickly make a rule about bat width. These little details show how the game changed to keep things fair between the batter and the bowler, keeping it exciting. Gap to S. Many cricket words also have interesting and sometimes obvious reasons for their names that not everyone knows. The word bail, those little bits of wood on top of the stumps, comes from an old French word, bailer, meaning to hold something. And yorker, that tricky ball that lands right at the batter's feet. People think it came from cricketers in Yorkshire, who were really good at bowling it. Knowing these little things can make watching cricket even more fun, helping you understand all the history packed into the game, making every commentator's line sound even cooler. Cricket's history is packed with records that are hard to believe and stories that sound totally made up. Think about the most runs scored in one over. Many of us remember Gary Sobers or Ravi Shastri hitting 6 sixes, but the real record for most runs given away in one over in a big match is a mind-blowing 77. This happened in New Zealand in 1990. A bowler named Bert Vance bowled a bunch of no balls on purpose to try and unfairly change how the game was going. It was super weird and caused a lot of talk. It just shows you that sometimes unbelievable stuff happens in cricket. Then there are personal achievements that tell amazing stories about never giving up and having special skills. Wilfred Rhodes, a legendary all-rounder from England, was the oldest person to ever play in a test match. He played his last test when he was 52 years and 165 days old back in 1930. He also took over 4,000 wickets in his career in big matches, a record that will probably never be broken. Rhodes played for such a long time, from way back in the old days to between the big wars, seeing so many changes in cricket. He played so well for so long because he loved the game, and he's a hero for many. Crazy things happening on the field also make up cricket's cool old stories. One famous story is about an Australian batter, Jimmy Maher. In a local match, Maher hit the ball and it got stuck inside the wicket-keeper's pocket. While the fielders were all shouting, "How's that?" Maher and his partner kept running. After some confusion, the umpire said he was not out because the ball wasn't technically in the keeper's glove. Funny things like this don't happen often, but they add a bit of humour and surprise to the game, reminding us that cricket can always throw a curveball, keeping everyone on their toes. Team records can be pretty amazing too. For instance, the shortest ever finished test match lasted only 656 balls. That's less than 2 full days of play. It happened between Australia and South Africa in Melbourne in 1932. Australia got South Africa out for really low scores in both their turns to bat. A quick finish like that shows how fast things can change in Test cricket. These records, whether by one player or a whole team, aren't just numbers. They mark special moments, amazing skill, and sometimes just pure luck. They all add to the awesome story of this fantastic game, making its history so great to learn about. Cricket has been changing all the time, keeping up with what people like. For a long time, test matches, which could go on for days, were the most important part of the game. Then, in 1971, they started limited overs internationals. This shorter game, first 60 overs and then 50 overs for each team, made cricket faster and more exciting. Then, in the early 2000s, 2020 cricket came along. That's a 3-hour blast that has totally changed the game, bringing in new fans and creating huge cricket leagues worth crores of rupees, like our own IPL. This constant changing keeps cricket fresh and fun for everyone. Technology has also become a big deal in modern cricket, that they brought in the decision review system, or DRS, that uses cool stuff like Hawkeye to check leg before wicket decisions, Hotspot to see tiny touches of the bat, and Snickometer to listen for sounds. It's all to help umpires make fewer mistakes. It's had its arguments, but DRS has definitely made things more interesting. Plus, with better TV cameras like stump microphones and spider cams and all the stats they show, fans feel closer to the game than ever. It makes watching way better and helps us understand what the players are thinking. Cricket isn't just popular in places like England and countries that used to be part of the British Empire anymore. The game has become a big hit in new places. Teams from countries like Afghanistan, Ireland and the Netherlands are doing really well internationally. And the love for cricket in countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka is huge. For many of us, it's more than just a sport. It's something that brings everyone together. The people in charge of world cricket are always trying to spread the game to new countries, hoping to make it a sport everyone in the world can enjoy. Knowing these cool facts, little details from the past and how cricket has changed can really help you like this amazing game even more. It lets you see more than just the score, connect with all the players from the past who made cricket what it is, and be amazed at how it keeps changing and getting better. Gap 2S. These hidden bits of info show how deep and awesome cricket is, making watching a game much more fun and interesting. So next time you're watching a match, remember the long journey cricket has been on, and you might just find a new reason to love its lasting charm and all its cool parts.